Before we begin, if you believe in compassion, humanity, and the power of small acts to change lives, then please support love and kindness stories by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with others. Your support keeps these powerful stories alive and helps them reach hearts all around the world. It was a quiet night along Route 29, the kind of night where the neon signs hummed louder than the traffic outside. Inside Benny's diner, the clock above the counter crawled toward midnight. The booths were nearly empty, just a couple of long-haul truckers and a small group of Iron Serpents MC gathered in the corner, their worn leather jackets catching the glow of the flickering sign outside. The air smelled of burnt toast and old coffee, and the jukebox played a tired tune in the background. From the far table, a man watched everything with calm authority. This was Rohan Kantal, broad-shouldered, steel-eyed, the kind of man who didn't need to raise his voice to command a room. He never asked for attention, but his presence carried weight. Rohan had seen the world's darker corners on backroads, in bars, in the eyes of men who believed fear made them powerful. But tonight, something far more delicate caught his attention. Something silent, something bruised. Behind the counter, Maya Lane worked quietly. She was the night cook and part-time waitress, trying to make ends meet on the graveyard shift. Her uniform was clean but faded, her movements careful, too careful, and each time she smiled, her lips shook ever so slightly, as if even kindness required effort. That's when Rowan noticed a dark bruise at the corner of her lip, a mark that wasn't from an accident, a mark that told a story she wouldn't speak out loud. The neon sign flashed across Rowan's face, and for a moment he remembered his younger sister before she escaped the man who made her afraid to breathe. Old, buried anger stirred inside him. As the hours dragged on, Rowan watched more the way Maya flinched when the door opened, the way her hand hovered near her face whenever headlights swept across the windows. Then, just before closing, a black pickup screeched into the lot. The air inside the diner tightened. Maya froze. Through the glass, Rowan saw him, a man in a grease-stained jacket, late 40s, heavy build, fury painted on his face. He stormed inside, slamming the door hard enough that the jukebox skipped. "Where the hell have you been?" he roared. Silence fell. "I'm working, Joel," Maya whispered, but Joel Carter grabbed her wrist so roughly the plate she held shattered at her feet. He yanked her close, venom dripping from every word. From the corner, Rowan's hand tightened around his mug until it cracked. He stood, slow and measured, the entire diner turning to him as his boots echoed across the tile. Joel snarled, "Back off. This is between me and her." Rowan didn't flinch. He stepped between them, unmoving, voice low and steady. "She's working," he said, "and you're done here." It wasn't a suggestion. It was a fact. Joel scoffed, trying to mask the fear creeping into his eyes. "Do you even know who you're talking to?" Rowan leaned in slightly, gaze sharp as steel. "No," he said quietly, "but you're about to." Joel tried to shove past him, but Rowan caught his arm in an unbreakable grip. "You ever touch her again?" Rowan whispered, "and you won't lift that hand another day in your life." The diner went still. Even the lights seemed to hold their breath. Joel tore his arm free, pride bruised more than his skin, and stormed out. His truck peeled away, its angry roar fading into the dark. Maya stood shaking. Rowan turned to her, his expression softening instantly. "You're safe," he said. She tried to smile, but tears slipped down instead. The other serpents quietly approached, sweeping up broken glass, wiping spilled coffee. No boasting, no talking, just respect. From that night on, things changed. The next evening, Rowan's entire crew filled the diner not to intimidate but to protect. They brought warmth, laughter, and good tips. They made sure Maya never closed alone. They waited in the parking lot until she locked the doors, then rode off into the night like silent guardians. Little by little, Maya's fear faded. Her smile steadied. She wore bright lipstick again. She played her favorite songs on the jukebox. And when someone asked about the bruise, she simply said, "It's gone." For good. Weeks passed. Benny's diner earned a new nickname, the Serpent's Haven. Not because bikers owned it, but because they protected it. Rowan never spoke of that night again. But every time, Maya smiled without flinching. He knew he'd done something that mattered. Before this video ends, tell us in the comments, have you ever stood up for someone when it wasn't easy? Or has someone stood up for you when you needed it most? And if this story touched your heart, please like the video, share it with someone who needs hope tonight, and subscribe for more real-life stories of kindness and courage.